Part 3. Anyway, so here we are, Zurich. Talk about the people? Talk about the people. No, let's start with the trains. We'll start with the trains. Let's start with the infrastructure, because it is unbelievable. There is underground, there is trains overground, there is bus services, there is a tram, there is such a beautiful cycle tracks. Walkers are segregated from cyclists. Cyclists have as much room as what road users do. There's virtually no cars, and even right in the centre there's no buses either. But there's no need for them. There's simply no need for them, because the transport system is so intricate and it's so locked into, the trams and the trains and everything is working all perfectly together. And that is where it comes. If anybody's ever owned a true Swiss watch, you'll know what I'm talking about. The work perfectly. And that's like their infrastructure of their transport system. I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy. But I will talk about some of the ins and outs. As for disabled people, just 1 or 2 things to look out for. You can travel anywhere as fast as you want to do. It is crazy. It's so simple. It's nothing like what it is in England. It is crazily. You just simply walk into the station. There's a board there that isn't one of those horrible little things with the orange dotted line things and your train has been delayed. That doesn't happen here. This is Switzerland. Everything happens on time. Annoyingly. But as for travel, it's crazy. It's just ludicrously simple to go anywhere in this city. In any different mode of transport. I went from the hotel, which is where the airport is, which is a good distance away from the actual city centre. And whereas we would use these little trains that chug from little station to little station at no kind of speed at all. Like, literally, you could walk faster than sometimes. These things, the trains, tip for you, put your brakes on, you'll be out the back. Braking, or take it off, bend over, put your brakes on, and you're away. And you think I'm kidding, but I am. It takes so little time to get from station to station, spot to spot, everywhere you go. The double-decker carriages, I will talk about the cleanliness of the whole bloody place, and oh, sorry, I swore. Slap on my old wrist. But yeah, the train's absolutely bang on, absolutely fantastic. You sat in there, you just look at like a big screen, it's a proper screen, you can say exactly as your stations are dropping off, bang, you're there, jump off the train. Now, a little tip. Now, in England we have a conductor and a driver. They're not here, it's Swiss, we can do without that man. But the unfortunate thing is the trains do move on the platforms. If they've got a particularly long train, sometimes if they want it, the doors will open. And if it needs to shunt on a little bit, it will do that, but very slowly. But be aware that sometimes you're just about to get off, and the train will just slowly drift on a little bit further. That's when the doors open, believe it or not. True. I was very surprised about that one. Also, Now, you've got to kind of understand the Swiss way of thinking. Everything is, once you get your head around, they don't think like a Yorkshireman. No, forget that. They don't think like, well, I will put it there. You see, with this, everything has got to be in a logical. If you think like Spock of Star Trek, where you got to think logical. Where would they think? How would they think? And then once you start to think like that, everything works brilliantly. Once you understand that. But another thing you've got to watch out for in all these, there's kind of no crime here. There's no nothing here. Nobody does anything wrong. It's like when you get, there's nobody checking your tickets. You could have not bought a ticket, but nobody ever checks them. You could get on, get off, and nobody even know. I'm not giving you tips. I paid for my ticket, but I'm saying that that's the way the trusting kind of thing. The coffee machines, you trust it to go and get coffee. Yes, it's expensive, but you trust it to use it and pay whenever and how many you've had. You've got to understand as well. I came in, and when the train comes in, it goes on the underground section. It comes from the overground section, and it goes underneath Zurich and comes out in the underground. You've got to remember all these stations are all one on top of the other. So you've got the lower level, then a higher level, then you've got the main train station, and it goes on and on. But it's so easy to use. So you've got like the underground and everything is all interconnected. So you move up a level, then you're on the trains that are going all over the lake or wherever they're going. And different trains are on different levels. You just, once you start to work it out, understand it, it really makes sense. It's straightforward. Once you get that into your head, think like Swiss. Think like one of them watches. Right, it's precise, it's going to do what it says. Use logic, not Yorkshire thinking. So, once you get your head around that one, and just calm yourself out, have a little think about things before you actually start doing this. It is so simple, I promise you, it's ridiculous. One thing don't do, just don't do it. See me, when I came in, I was just about to say before, I came on the underground section, and I couldn't see a lift. And of course, the old usual, that's what we do when we sat in wheelchairs. You know, some of us, you know, especially the young lads, I'm not exactly a young lad, but once you know how to use escalators in a wheelchair, it becomes kind of a bit of second nature. So, of course, I set off going up the escalator in the wheelchair. Now, you don't do that kind of thing in Switzerland. They don't see it like we do. I tell you what, if you want to get a slap on the back of the wrist, then that's the way to go about it. So there is do's and don'ts, believe me. Now I'll just move on to another little thing there that I did notice. When a red light, when you're walking around, not walking, but wheeling around, when you see the lights, when it says a red light, it means here, it really does mean a red light. When it says it's an orange light, that's the little bit in between, and when it's green, it's green. As back in our country, we just, right, if there's no car coming, we're just going to go across crossing. No, you don't do that here. Regardless of what's on the road, when it's red, you don't go across the road. No. There'll be somebody coming trying to drag you back. even though there's nothing there. Another little quirks that I've noticed. Another little thing you notice. No litter boxes, litter bins, not in the city centre or anywhere else I've come across. Nowhere outside, they don't have litter bins. There's no refuse collector has to go and empty the bins. There is none. Because the Swiss don't do that kind of thing. They don't drop litter on the floor. They don't drop litter in litter boxes. They take it home and get rid of it that way. You got to think Swiss. That saved a load of jobs, saved a load of money, and people take it home because they're good people. They don't want to do bad things. When I came back to the hotel from town, believe it or not, I just asked the lass there that was in a, I presume they're kind of their version of transport police. About what level was this to get back on the underground system. Oh, right, just 2 seconds, sir. Well, in that kind of, yeah, kind of Germanish sort of accent, you know, and you stay there, whatever. Anyway, she took me all the way through the system with one of my mates, two of the mates anyway, and they took me down, you know, you follow me, too right, you better keep up, yeah, anything you say, and stop here, and then we go down and then right to the train, got me on the train, and he was like, I only asked the question, but she insisted on helping right to the end of the trip. Oh, here's another one for you. When I got on from the hotel, and I only had to go about 200 yards from the hotel to the train station. Got to the train station, and it was like an underpassy kind of thing, you know, a pedestrian underpassy kind of thing. It was really quite a steep one, but we got there, you know. It was all one an easy way in and out of it. I must say that, like, I was very surprised that the old Swiss hadn't gone out a bit better. But anyway, never mind. These long videos are going to too long, I know. But yeah. So I gets on the platform, and of course, ticket machine, can't find one. Anyway. The bloke come up to me, and I was trying to say, you know, how would I get a ticket or whatever, and he talked absolutely brilliant English. You know, I'll go and get you one. He went all the way down through the subway, up the other side, went to the actual bit where he could get a ticket, come back, put it in my hand, explained how the system worked, and wouldn't take any payment for it. Another it's more than £9, 15 quid. Wasn't bothered. Crazy. Anything to help anybody, it seems. Anyway, I will stop at that point, and we will rejoin Zurich in part 4.